Raid Shadow Legends fans, I hate to tell you this, I hate to admit this, but I have a problem. I, BlueSky of Snap Judgments, am addicted to the pull video. I think that they're a blast. There's a 2-time event happening for Black Friday. I gotta pull. You gotta watch. Let's get started. But first, if you would like to download Raid, there is a triple legendary start waiting for you, $200 in value. All you got to do is use the code in my description, use the Desert Queen code in the first 72 hours of your event. You'll get the free Xenomorph. It's all good to go. Let's pull some shards. All right. So I was planning on not pulling anything. I was going to ignore these tournaments. I'm curious what's here. So I need some purple books, some epic books. I've run out and I got a Rector Drath I'm in the middle of building. She's really great. She's helped me push content. I just had my best ever Hydra Boss run. I'm hitting new highs in in Demon Lord, and Rector Drath has been really important for that, but she's not booked and I need to get her booked. So I'm like, what can I do? What do I do? And I open up the Champion Chase tournament and I see along the way we've got a epic book. We've got, I don't care about, I'm not going for this guy. And we've got 2 legendary books. Yeah, I gotta go for this. This is it. I'm going for it. Sorry. So we're doing polls here. I just so happen to have a ton of ancient shards. Let's throw some quick stuff in our vault so that we're not stuck having to put everything in every 2 seconds. I am going to want to be upgrading this food going forward. I'm trying to finish masteries. All my energy lately has been going into finishing masteries. That's like all I've been working on. Yeah. I want to finish my masteries. 31 server vault seems good. That gives us like 30 to pull before we have to do anything. So we are going to pull today our ancient shards. We're going to pull, I don't know if we're pulling all 70 ancient shards, but we're definitely pulling some ancient shards. There is an event happening. You can see we have I'm not pulling my voids. I decided I'm not pulling my voids. A 1% chance. This is basically the same chance as ancient at getting something good. So like, what's the point of pulling my void? Let's wait for something cool to happen with void. There'll be something slightly better. Mythical will get the double primal and mythical chance sometime soon. We're in a whole legendary. We only have 1 legendary. Mythical will get the double chance on Monday, so we'll do another video pulling there. For now, we're going to do ancient. So let's start with nice 69 ancient shards and pull 10. As we watch, we hit a load of we got a Mylek Priest Ornn. That's what we're going to look at. We're officially, I think, good enough at this. We're high enough that we don't really need our rares, but we do have the epic Mylek Priest Ornn, who I will, as always, in the background of this, type into Hell Hades and see where Mylek Priest is. I've never heard of this. I'm assuming that this is not very good. This is a 4-star. Mylek Priest Ornn is apparently not terrible. It's a 4 freaking star with legendary. That's right, legendary damage. How? Attacks one enemy, each hit has 50% of 5% poison debuff. Okay, never said to have a poisoner. Attacks one enemy 2 times, each hit has 75% chance of instantly activating a poison debuff. Oh, so it poisons and then it activates poison. That seems good. Attacks all enemies, has a chance of placing 2 5% poison debuffs and a 25% poison sensitivity, more damage from poisons, for 2 turns. Heals by 1 HP for each debuff placed by the skill. Wow. Whenever a poison debuff is activated, increase HP and defense by 5% to stack up to 25%. Oh, this is a really, really good poisoner. Hell yeah, I'll take that. We are not sad to have the Mylek Priest. We'll eventually upgrade that. It's going to be a bit, but we're happy to have it. We have a poisoner coming for free, a legendary poisoner in the Xenomorph, so it's not the best time to get the Mylek, but again, we're not sad to get a 4-star epic out of this, even if it's one that people don't talk about. We hit a Hellgazer. Since my name is Glazer, I'm always happy to hit anything that sounds like that. We are already at 8 on that thing. I don't really care. Remember, we are looking for the books. We're doing this for the books. We're about that book life right now. So we're going to do a quick background look at Hellgazer, then we'll look at Hellgazer's skills. So we are background Hellgazering, a nice easy word to spell after that last one. Hellgazer, 2 stars. Hellgazer is utter garbage. Cool. This is okay at Spider and utter junk at absolutely everything else. So we could take a look at what makes this bad, because I think it's worth examining that kind of thing. Attacks one enemy, 30% of 30% decreased defense buff, and we can go 60% decreased defense. That's not bad for an A1, right? We've got no increased buff chance, so it's only ever going to be 60 though. Moves all debuffs from just this champion and increase attack. That's not worth it. And an extra turn. That's not bad. Attacks all enemies. Each critical chimp. Yeah, this is junk. That's just it. If it doesn't have the right stuff, that's not going to be good enough. We got 10 more. We are going to pull all these. Screw it. War Maiden. Yay, farmable. Hey, Lady Quillen. Wait, is Lady Quillen one of the ones we need? Lady Quillen, I believe, is actually an unbelievably good pull, unless I'm wrong. Ooh, Apothecary, that's one of the best. We have an Apothecary, but in a second, Apothecary means we don't need a book for it. Attack 3 times at random, heals a target by 35%, heal can be critical, and a 30% increased speed, which can also fill the turn meter by 15%, and a defense. So just a nice speed buffer. We're always happy to have a speed buffer. War Maiden's also good, but completely farmable. But what's really nice is we got Lady Quillen, who is a turn meter fill, a big turn meter filler, but what's important is, and I'm going to go over here, we're going to have to throw some things in the vault as we go forward, but what's important for Lady Quillen is fusion. Lady Quillen is, we are now 3. That's right, 3 away. We need a Frugan Isabel, we need a Endalia, and we need a Enda Moonbeam, and we are ready to start working towards Lady Mikage. We'll be upgrading things, like all of our energy, all of our stuff will be going to Lady Mikage the second we are close to that. You'll note we have a bajillion of all of these. One of these is even level 30, so it's almost there. We've got everything we need to get there, so we just need to spend the energy, and we'll use all of our stuff for that. So we need to pull our lovely Enda Moonbeam 3 away from getting toward one of the best mythics. It'll be like a month worth of work to get there, but it's worth it. There's amazing deals right now, by the way. If you haven't been checking, there's amazing deals. I bought a couple because these deals are off the chain. They're just genuinely fantastic. We are doing our first 2. We are going to do the rest just because, again, we're looking for here. When we do those mythics, we'll get the rest of the way there. It's going to be worth it. So what are they called? The primal shards will get there on Monday. Does that event go long enough for the primals to work for it? So yeah, 3 days. That will be fine. That goes till Monday. So we'll be fine for the champion chase. We'll use the rest for those. And now let's pull 30 more. We've got 39. I think we're going to wait for that last ancient. So we'll probably do it Monday when we get a primal because we've got millions of ways to get that last ancient. Let's go. Immediately, Infernal Baroness. Immediately, Crimson Helm. So we got an Infernal Baroness and a Crimson Helm. We have a Gnarlhorn, but that's fine. Gnarlhorn is decent for some combo stuff. I don't have the speed to make Gnarlhorn work. Infernal. The Infernal Baroness is a lovely 2.5 star. Infernal, look an awful lot like food. Kills with low HP by 5% of damage. Yeah, whatever. Attacks all enemies. Attacks all enemies is never bad. 50% to decrease attack. Apparently this just doesn't do enough damage. And then places a perfect veil. Places a veil or perfect veil. Okay, that's not like terrible, but apparently whatever. I have better ways to place veil. Crimson Helm is attacks one enemy, 3rd chance to place 50% decreased attack. Not bad. Attack and defense. Oh, a provoker. Crimson Helm is a provoker that always matters. Attack 4 times. Use it 75% chance of placing a provoke. Okay. Places a block damage buff on the champion for 1 turn. That's actually really nice. Crimson Helm. If Crimson Helm is terrible, I'll be genuinely surprised. That seems really solid. So Crimson Helm is a 3 stars. Really good into whatever Dreadhorn is. I don't even... Oh, Doom Tower's boss. Whatever. I can beat that. Yeah, okay, fine. I guess not very good. Ascended skill... Revive on death and 60% increased defense buff on all allies. Yeah, that's nice. I think that Crimson Helm, it looks better than this is saying, but what are you going to do? Boom, we continue on. Oh, this is our big whiff. We get nothing but 100 tournament points, so I guess we could be sadder than 100 tournament points. We got a bajillion nothings. One more. This is our last one. Oh. Oh, a Cornelia. Oh, we have a Cornelia. A Grush the Mangler. I don't know what Grush the Mangler is. A Thesak. Wow, that's a big one. We got 3 epics here in what is going to be our last of this video. Cornelia, I already have. She's awesome. She's like a 4-star hero. She can increase cooldown, but what she really does is put all the enemies to sleep for 1 turn, 80%, and you can get that up to 100 as usual, right? Yeah, 100%. Whenever an enemy loses a sleep debuff, place with the skill, it's 50% chance of replacing with a fear debuff. So it can, if it loses that, it gets like even better. And then this one is places sleep on an ally and heals that ally and fills their turn meter whenever the sleep debuff expires. It gets removed, which is really nice. Heals that ally by 100%, completely fills their turn meter if the enemy damage it, so as long as it doesn't die. It's a nice speed aura, 80% chance of debuff on all enemies for 1 turn as the Ascension 3 passive. Whenever an enemy loses a sleep debuff, oh, sorry, it's specific skill. Whenever an enemy loses a sleep debuff, places a skill, 50% chance to replace it with fear debuff for 1 turn instead. So lots of fear, lots of sleep. Really, really cool, really unique hero, but one I already have. Grush the Mangler is not a hero is not one I've ever heard of. It's not a tune I've ever heard of. All right, Grush the Mangler looks cool as crap. 4 stars for Grush the Mangler. You love to see it. Attacks 1 enemy, 50% chance of leech. Okay. Damage based on defense. Defense is always nice. Attacks all enemies, 60% chance of a 50% decreased attack on all enemies is good. And a 25% decreased crit damage for 2 turns is also nice. Attacks all enemies, 50% continuous heal on all allies, additional 7.5% for if at least one enemy is hit with a critical. So you max crits and you get a 20% continuous heal, which is really solid. And then it's just defense and faction crypts, who cares? All right, so this is probably mostly a faction crypt hero, but it's a decent one. And then Terrasek is not a hero I know. Again, taking a quick look at Terrasek. Well, not worth the squeeze because that's a 2.5 star. All right. Attacks one enemy 2 times, 20% increase in duration of random debuff. Attacks one enemy 3 times, 40% removing a random buff from the target. Attacks all enemies, 50% displays, 50% decrease resistance. Okay, so it's basically trying to make your buffs better. Whatever. That's poopies. All right, none of these matter. Fair enough. I mean, Cornelia is nice, but I have her. All right, so we got one really good 4-star epics and a bunch of kind of meh, but we also should be at our first epic skill tome. We will be pulling, again, the next few to get these legendary skill tones. Legendary skill tones are worth the squeeze. I don't want this. I'm hoping I don't finish in first place. I don't think I will, but I'm hoping I don't finish in first place. I'm happy to finish anywhere in these areas if remotely possible. Perhaps I pull my legendary to get there. We'll see. We have plenty of time for that. Look, I've got accidentally 20 of these, so that's lovely. Can I accidentally win this stupid hero? I've got 20, right? Let's go double check what's left for that. I'm pretty sure I'm too late for that. I don't really want it. 20, I can get 30 there, 35. Yeah, I'm not getting there, right? Like, there's no point in even bothering. I don't really want to either. It just feels like a lot of work. Classic Arena takedown is a nightmare for me right now. My Classic Arena team is just not quite as good as I want it to be. I'm really good elsewhere, but Classic Arena remains a big problem area. Overall, I'm relatively happy with this. I'm getting what I want out of it. We're even going to just go. Note how pretty my team is. I've been gearing things up using Hell Hades. I got to do a video on that still. I almost have this friend ready to do some secret rooms. What did that cooldown? Sorry, got that cooldown. I don't even remember getting those, but whatever. But what we're going to do is now I know but you know what? We can wait. We can wait for a champion tournament to do this because it doesn't matter right this second. But we're going to chuck this here because we want the extra heal percentage and the cooldown. And we really want the cooldown here. Plus the perfect veil. What we did with this, just because, you know, we'll end this video in a second, you stick with me for 2 seconds, is we went over to Clan Boss and we hit our first ever time of the Hydra not killing us. We hit 22 million on Hydra normal. Normal, right? Yeah, we didn't do easy. On Hydra normal, maxed out the turns, and that's just the best we've ever done. It's the best we've ever done into Hydra Boss. It's a really good team. We almost died a few times. Geomancer was unfreaking real. Got another key. I'm gonna have an hour to kill because it takes forever. I'll do that again. I want to see if I can up Rector Draft a lot. We have 5 days left though, so no super big rush there. Could probably finish easy, but we already do that. And then my 22 million puts me right at the night chest, right? Well over the night chest. Jeez, well over the night chest. So if we do that a bunch of times, we should be actually getting close to the harder. Just in terms of keeping up with progress, Demon Lord is going way worse for me. We can clear up to Nightmare, right? We cleared Brutal. Oh, I got a key. Maybe we'll throw something at that for a minute. Livid is clearing hard. We usually clear Brutal. So I'll throw a team at Brutal just to show you what that looks like, I guess, because that we don't have to do the whole battle. We're throwing into Brutal and Nightmare. I'm usually getting a Brutal key. We want to make sure we clear Brutal once a day. I am going to cut Raph and instead run cut you. We're going to go with, we're just going to go with Leo as a lead. We're going to say, I don't know where Rector Drath is. And then we're also going to toss in a Geo. And we're just going to do a quick battle and see where this lands us. This is the team I used for the other boss. So we'll see if it does. 41 million damage, which is going to put us, again, tons of damage into Brutal. And that's going to put us in, again, the top Grandmaster chests, which gives us potential for the really good shards, the really good books, and everything else. Remember, though, that Nightmare is where we want to be. I'm only doing like 20 million into Nightmare, so I'm not even getting to the Grandmaster chest. So I'm down here in the Master chest, which is the same basic thing, which is really frustrating. But if I can get like 5 million more, and I'm real close, I'm all of a sudden getting up to here with better chances at better chests. Ultimate chest is where it's at, because that's where the legendary shards and the legendary books exist. And that's what we want. So that is what we are building our account for right now. That's what we're working toward. Thanks for watching. Know how much I appreciate your support. Check out Raid Shadow Legends. I am adoring this game, and hopefully you support me so I can continue to make a ton of content for it. Peace, everybody.